You know when you see a watch for the first time and you get an instant attraction for it, and the watch is speaking to you. It starts saying, Pete, you need to buy me. You need to take me away from this cabinet with all these other strange watches around me. I'm technical and yet refined. I've got great legibility. I'm exactly what you've been looking for. You know you want me. I'm so unique and different. Just look at me. Just look at me. That's what I heard from this watch. I've got to say, I'm a sucker for very well-made scientific instruments, and that's exactly what I've got here. On a technical perspective, this is a really precise instrument. But on a romantic side, this is also drop-dead gorgeous. It is stunning. It's refined, it's finished beautifully, and it's pretty much gone under the radar as far as watch aficionados are concerned. I've known about this watch since its release, and I've only gotten hands-on a couple of weeks ago. As soon as I touched it, as soon as I pressed that top pusher, I made this watch mine. It's a cross between a sports chronograph and a dress watch. The refined finishing on that dial, it has like an eggshell color tone to it. Those framed subdials featuring highly polished chapter rings just emanate class. And even that black Sinn logo, which is applied, complements that handset and applied markers beautifully. It's a really refined looking watch. Now, as far as the chronograph function goes, if you look at the sweeping hand, it's in bold red, as well as that 30-minute and 12-hour subdials. The handsets are red and they complement one another. However, as a functional watch, the hour, the minute hand and the markers are black, and they marry up beautifully with that running second subdial at 9 o'clock. And again, the complementary black and red just works beautifully on this watch. Now, visual attraction to a watch is one thing, and this did catch my eye. It's really well made. However, this is a lot more than just a visual delight, I can tell you. It's got real chops in its pedigree. As soon as I pressed that top pusher to start the chronograph function, it really took me by surprise. I didn't press it like I normally press chronograph functions. I actually squeezed it. It just feels incredible. It's gentle, offering just the right amount of resistance, and yet very smooth. It has a beautiful, satisfying snap. And the first thing that I said to myself, gee, this feels expensive. And the truth be known, it is. You see, the watch features an oscillating pinion clutch. It's basically a very refined way of engaging that chronograph function. So when you squeeze the pusher, there's literally no play whatsoever to start or stop that chronograph. And it's that squeeze that actually pushed me over the line to buy this watch. Because I've known about this watch since its release, and I was up at Define Watches, the most dangerous shop in the Southern Hemisphere, because I've walked in there 4 times and I've walked out with 4 watches. So it's pretty tempting when you walk into that shop. But getting back onto this, the movement in this beauty is a highly modified and extremely well-tuned top-grade Value 7750. It also features a column wheel as well as a flyback function. So functionality-wise, my mind said to me, I love what I'm feeling here. But visually, my eyes said, this is beautiful, and it absolutely is. You see, Sinn owns a company that manufactures cases and supplies them to other watch brands. It's called SUG, and this company SUG supplies watch cases in precious metal to brands like A. Lange & Söhne, and this particular case is an SUG. If you look closely between the lugs at 6 o'clock, it's got a stamp stating where this case comes from. And I think that's a cool touch because it testifies to the refinement and finishing of this watch. It complements what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling in the hand. Now, this is not a review by any means. I've only just recently purchased this watch, so I'm breaking it in, as they say. But I'll tell you what, with its specifications as a tool, having Sinn's D3 gasket system, this offers 100 meters of water resistance. And I've been thoroughly enjoying this watch in any and all water activities. And that's something, unfortunately, I couldn't do with my IWC Portuguese. I actually let go of that watch just recently, you guys know. I won't say I regret letting it go. I love that watch, and to me, this is a bit of a replacement for that watch because my lifestyle at the moment dictates more tools. But I still like dressy watches, semi-dressy like this. So what the IWC couldn't fulfill for me when it comes to water activities and certain lifestyle choices, This Sinn 910 SRS more than makes up in that department. Now, I'm not bagging the Portuguesa, why would I? I love that watch. Unfortunately, it didn't do everything I needed it to do in that caliber. This does. Now, looking closely at that chronograph function, you'll notice there's two scales. There's a black scale starting at 500 units, and there's a red scale. So once you press the chronograph function, you're working off that black scale. However, once a full minute goes past, that 30-minute subdial at the 12 clicks over and you'll see there's a red accent. That's now telling you to read off the second tachymetric scale, which is coloured in red. Again, that's a nice little touch. Now, unfortunately, with any sort of medium like this, YouTube, I can't physically express. You can't see or feel exactly what I'm feeling, and that's a bit of a shame. Being a professional photographer, I can show you imagery as close as I can get to the watch's beauty, and I do that with all watches because I love watches. However, what I'm feeling is a different thing. Now, as you press that top push or as you squeeze it and it snaps into place, it's such a satisfying experience. Now, maybe just I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a geek who really enjoys the little fine things like this, the little technical aspects of a watch. I'm getting exposed for who I really am. I'm a nerd and I'm a geek. I have no shame in that. Now, I did mention that highly modified top grade Valjoux also has a flyback chrono. In other words, you start the chrono and you can stop it as per normal and then reset it with the 4 o'clock pusher. That's normal. However, you can also start the chrono and then reset it with an instant flyback using that 4 o'clock pusher in the case that you're timing a certain event that might require instant snapback of a chronograph. So again, another little feature that I've been enjoying, and I hope it doesn't wear out. I hope I don't break it. Now, one area where the watch did let me down, unfortunately, straight off the bat, is the loom. There is none. I don't have a problem. It's a chrono. I don't expect too much from chronographs with loom. I didn't expect anything from this. We move on. So I just wanted to share and express some of my feelings. I hope they've come across on how and why I purchased this watch. I shouldn't have. I'm actually glad that I did. I mentioned that in the video. I said I shouldn't have bought this, but I'm really happy I did because this is what the hobby's about. I will get around to doing a review of this watch. I still have to review my Sinn 856. I've been wearing that in every situation. I've thrown water at it. I've thrown tools at it, camera bags, tripods. It's come out shining. So that watch has been an absolute gun. This watch here fills a gap for me that I love chronos, but I love functional chronos that can go in areas that I need to go in my lifestyle. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, is that too old school? Am I showing my age? Enjoy this hobby and its fruit, and honestly, stay real when it comes to spending because this hobby can get out of hand very quickly. Be well, and we'll see you in the next one.